Alright guys, so I've had a lot of people asking me about my comm setup and how it's evolved and changed a lot. So for this Milsim West that I'm going to, the thing that I've tried to simplify is making two different comm setups. So one I can communicate with people who aren't using the ham radio setup, and also to communicate with the people that are, which is most of the people that I'm going to need to talk to. So removing my radio from my radio pouch right here, you can see I have an extended antenna on it, as you can tell by the fact that it's much longer than the stock one, which is about yay big. The reason that I've opted to go with this one was, one, because it was $4 and it gives me almost double the quality in the range, especially in a little bit of a hilly area, or if you're inside buildings and whatnot, it gives you more surface area to receive transmission. But the reason I've opted to go with this radio is because, one, it's $35. This radio is $35 and it can communicate with anybody using the ham radio setup, or normal Midlands or Motorola's or whatever. Everything's just frequency. So plus the battery is really easily detached. I have two of these batteries, so I will be able to communicate the entire time through the op. Plus they're really good on battery. Like I said, this is the UV5R. They have the 5R Plus, which uses different batteries and whatnot. But like I said earlier, I lost my, there it is. In my previous video, I have it wired into my top here, or into this push-to-talk mic, speaker mic, kind of like the ones police officers use. The reason I decided to do that is because at Milsim West, only leadership are allowed to have radios. You're pretty much forbidden from having a radio if you're not leadership. So for the average, as they call them, riflemen, they have no clue what's going on, no clue what the plan is and whatnot. So with the addition of a boom mic, or sorry, not a boom mic, a shoulder mic like this, I can plug this in, put this in my pouch,
channel mode,
and now I've got the kind of a speaker so that all the guys around me can know what's going on. Because I know I've been to Milsim West and I wasn't allowed to have a radio. I was like, what the heck are we doing? And I'm sitting inside the same building as the other guys, and we're trying to do the same thing. So it notifies people around me, what command wants us to do. Cool thing
frequency mode
is you can easily change all of your different frequencies. I'm not going to show you the frequencies because people will know then. Anyways, but the frequencies you can change. There's a million videos on how to go over all the different frequencies and how to do that, so I'm not going to make one of those. But another cool thing is you can turn on the radio and you can listen to it like an FM radio. It has an FM receiver in there, so I can use it like that in downtime, which is kind of cool, right? And that just sits right here. Now, a lot of people are going to think, like, isn't that antenna rather annoying? I'll comment with probably yes, because I just whacked myself in the head with it. It's got a nice little rubber tip on it so you don't jab your eye or do something stupid. The only thing that I find that's going to be annoying is that it's going to hit on my ear pro / my contour. So before the next time I use this kit, I'm probably going to look into getting a antenna setup that goes on my back, so I don't have to deal with this right here, which will be nice, but not too worried about that right now. That's just, basic stuff. Anyways, that wires through the back on a bungee cord to right here, and I can easily communicate with people. Plus, if I need to change channel, I can take it out rather easily, change channel, put it back in. If I need to go from communicating with 1st platoon or 2nd platoon or 3rd platoon or weapons platoon or command, I can easily just do that. Look at my wrist coach. I already have all the channels programmed in there. You can program in about 127, that's a really random number, 127 different radio channels, which is cool. Then you see that I'm wearing active ear protection. That is a really good thing at Milsim West, especially over all other Milsims, because they allow blank fire. So you turn a corner and there's a dude sitting there with an AK-47, it's going to be really loud if you don't have active ear protection. Plus this wires in with my non-critical, as I call it, radio setup, which is back here. So that's a Midland, so anybody that doesn't have a GMRS, I can communicate on FRS, and I don't have to change. So I can communicate with my squad here, and I can communicate with command here. Really easy to switch things up there. Plus, if I need to go into a quiet mode, I can take this out and I can put it into my splitter, which is back in here, so I can go quiet, as you could say here. So these are replica Sordins. These are Z Tactical Sordins. They're anywhere from $50 to $90 depending on where you buy them. They're really good headsets. You know, they use 2 AAA batteries. They're really good. They have pretty good active sound metering, which is about 75 decibels. They'll cut out. Decibels is a measure of sound, like loudness of sound. So if you think of a Thunderbeat grenade, they're about 110 decibels. So 75, if you just snap close to this, the sound will cut out and it will stop magnifying sound. The only downside is it's not surround sound completely. It's like semi-surround sound. So, you know, Z Tactical makes the Comtax 1s, the Comtac 2s, and the Sordins, and I believe the Sordin 2s now. But these are really good if you don't want to buy the MSA, the real steel stuff. A next up version on these would be the active ear protection for gun ranges. A million different companies make them. Those are about $75. The only thing is they don't wire in to a headset with a military style headset adapter. So these are a really good option if you're worried about, you know, sound. I have used these at the real range before and they haven't blown out, so that's really nice. Plus, you know, they kind of look cool when they're sitting on your head, so I know that it's airsoft, so that's something that everybody's worried about. Plus you can mount a contour to the side, and you can always have that on you. Fits really good with a hat. Helmet fits right on top of it. If you want the helmet and the radio comm setup to come out together, you can put the headband underneath here and take out these padding inside there, and then it will come off your head when you take it off your head. Or you can get little mounts that go on the side on the arc rails, and then you can pop them up. I like this because now I don't have to be wearing my brain bucket when I have my comms on. So if I'm just sitting inside of a vehicle or whatever, I can take this off. That's why I have my camera on here. Can constantly be videotaping and whatnot. I think that's a good option. So this just runs into a standard push-to-talk, which is right here. This is a Midland style UV or UR95 or whatever. Just look up push-to-talks, and it's the one which is a button on there. It's a really good push-to-talk. This is Element, I believe it is, which is the other off-branding of Z Tactical. Z Tactical, Element, same company. And that wires through here to a Midland, which is just a basic FRS or family radio service radio. So this is just my comm setup. It works really well. It's pretty dang simple. You know, like I said, there's a million videos on YouTube about how to program these at different channels, how to program these to, you know, listen to the radio, how to do all this jazz. So look those up. This is really good radio. Like I said, $35. It's awesome. It works really well too, and it's pretty dang tough. So that just sits right here. Plus it comes with a shorter antenna, so if you're worried about smacking yourself in the head like me, don't worry. The standard antenna is only about yay big, so you don't really have to worry about that. Like I said, I've had a couple people ask about what my radio setup is, how I utilize it, how I communicate with people. So this is a pretty short video on my pretty simple radio setup. Thanks guys for watching. This has been another Airsoft Dude One production. I'm out.